The Disneyland Walt Disney World Entertainment Division presents this character training tape so that you who are portraying the characters of Baloo, King Louie, and Mowgli will better understand the problems.
Ooh, I do not like that design of Baloo at all. With like the just split in the fur like that.
Animation.
Oh my god.
And movement within the limits of the costume. Of course, the best way to get to know these Disney characters is to see them in their natural surroundings. Baloo lives on the bare necessities, eating, sleeping, and scratching the day away in perfect contentment. Baloo possesses that hip jungle rhythm and will break into a silly, loose-jointed boogie-woogie whenever he hears a jazz beat.
Wow.
Partner is a man cub named Mowgli, whom Baloo affectionately refers to as Little Britches.
We'll spend the night here. Things will look...
I haven't seen the Jungle Book in years. I know the story, obviously, but I don't remember it very well.
Although he may appear to be completely crazy, in his world, Louie has reached the top. He now wants to become a man and learn the secrets of the human race. Until that time...
Yeah, I really don't like the neck fur coming all the way down to the mid-waist. I'm a 27-year-old white guy. Florida legislators. Oh my god.
Or out on the road. You should try to locate a clean, fairly spacious area in which to dress. Be sure to set your costume on a chair or table, or hang it up. As you go out to greet your audience, remember that the voices of King Louie and Baloo are easily recognized, and the children are not...
Didn't notice the under Baloo's head either.
You must not talk.
Yeah, they've made some considerable improvements. What is this climbing on the back stuff? If Mowgli ever climbed on my back, I would be like, you need to get down right now. Oh god, that Louie is really scary looking.
You with a minimum of pushing or crowding. It's best to avoid smaller aisles, particularly those areas where fragile or breakable items are on display. The Baloo and Louie heads will impair your vision, and a quick turn or slip could cause an accident. It's also wise to avoid handling objects of value, cameras, purses, and shopping bags are too easily dropped and broken. Should there be a mishap, leave the area and inform your supervisor immediately. Remember, you're working with a very young, unpredictable audience. Children are sometimes hard to understand and may give you an extra affectionate pat on the back or even a playful punch. Patience is the key word in being a Disney character. Most important to remember is that to the children, these characters are real. The fact that there is a person in the costume should never be revealed.
That includes Mowgli.
Even though the costumes are limiting in some respects, try to move as naturally as possible.
I still can't believe this riding on the back stuff.
Mowgli are happy characters and love to dance and
Oh gosh.
Look.
It's very clear that the same person choreographed all of these because it's very similar movements and none of them all that exciting.
So mother under the rocks and plants.
Well, this one's of the little choreographed numbers, this is the best one. So I shouldn't have complained right before it started because it's not bad. He grabbed the ears as leverage. Oh my lord, that was right on your shoulders then.
To bring the film stars Baloo, King Louie, and Mowgli to life, to give them energy, feeling, and color. Couple your imagination with your good judgment, and always keep the safety of the children in mind.
Who's next? No Brer Rabbit?
World Entertainment Division presents this character training tape so that you who are portraying the characters of Brer Fox and Brer Bear from the Walt Disney movie Song of the South will better understand the problems you might encounter. It's also our purpose to acquaint you with the person.
It's always the best when someone will run up to you and be like, "You're my favorite character. Who are you?" Or, "You're my favorite character, Baloo." And you're like, "I'm not Baloo." Oh, this is the only clips of Song of the South you're ever going to see. Although I haven't.
Without a song, jump right out of it.
Interesting to say that we needed to see the characters in their environment, but then we show the non-costume character. There was a period of time where the Brer unit would do sets near Splash Mountain. Obviously, it makes sense. And I lived in that unit for a full summer. Like, I was there 5 days a week. And Brer Rabbit was called the Quick Bunny at least 3 times a day. Every day. Oh, look, it's the Nestle Quick Bunny.
Naturally, when one of his plans fails, Brer Fox blames his partner. Although Brer Bear may be simple, his temper is short, and the hysterical argument usually ends with Brer Bear bopping the fox on the head and knocking him silly. For all of their foolishness, everyone likes these inseparable comedians.
Everyone likes these insensitive racial characters.
From place to place. Brer Bear, on the other hand, goes a half-mile a minute, sniffing the flowers in his own carefree way. As long as the two...
Welcome to the start of my lower back problems. Right here.
Whether you're playing a Disney character in the park, at a special event...
What a weird request. Be like, can we have the Brer unit at our baseball game?
Fairly spacious area in which to dress. Be sure to set your costume on a chair or table, or hang it up. As you go out to greet your
Duck.
remember
Duck.
that the voices
There
of
you go.
Brer Bear and Brer Fox are easily recognized, and the children are not fooled by imitation. So while you're in costume, the first rule is that you do not talk. If you find yourself in a store situation, it's wise to move through large aisles and stop in cleared areas. So
I didn't realize how repetitive these would be.
pushing or crowding.
It's really just the same video over and over and over again with different characters.
Or breakable items.
Which, I mean, makes sense, but also I thought there would be a bit more
Heads will impair your vision,
anything.
and a quick turn or slip could cause an...
Although, a lot of the video now, I think, has to do with the autographs and how to sign and how to do all of that, which they didn't really do back then, so...
Bags are too easily dropped and broken. Remember your
I was very proud of my Goofy signature.
audience. Children are sometimes hard to understand and may give you an extra affectionate pat on the
Hit him!
back or even a
Oh, he got hit twice.
being a Disney character. Most important to remember is that to the children, these characters are real.
It's the truth. It's actual.
Oh, are they on Tom Sawyer Island? I don't think I've ever been on Tom Sawyer Island in Disneyland. I think I've only been on Tom Sawyer Island like 3 times at Disney World. Back in the days when you could walk more than 5 feet in the park without hitting a crowd. I wonder when they were making these videos how careful they were around the kids who were in the videos. Meaning if they treated them as real? Not the kids. But like if they were getting direction and they were talking, or if they were popping their heads in between takes, or I would just wonder, as far as character integrity, how much they took it seriously in these situations as well.
To bring the film stars Brer Bear and Brer Fox to life, to give them energy, feeling, and color. Couple your imagination with your good judgment.
Who we got? Alice unit. Ooh.
The Disneyland Walt Disney World Entertainment Division presents...
They're choosing very strange characters to kind of focus on. Like, there's no Tweedles, there's no Queen of Hearts here, there's no Mad Hatter. But the Walrus is here.
Understand the problems you might encounter. It's also our purpose to acquaint you with the personality of the character.
Is that a natural hair Alice?
It's for animation and movement within the limits of the costume. Of course, the best way to get to know Alice in Wonderland, the White Rabbit, and the Walrus.
Okay, just run around in circles over and over again, and we'll just film it until you're exhausted.
What a peculiar place to have a party.
Like Alice, White Rabbit's
This has been completely redesigned.
in a confused, hysterical pattern, always trying to make up for lost time. The Walrus is a well-dressed character, but is extremely lazy and enjoys stirring up trouble by teasing and mimicking those around him. He's harmless enough, but always seems to be up to no good. One is never quite sure what the Walrus...
Drinking this empty cup of water, gulp.
Whether you're playing a Disney character in the park, at a special event, in a department store, or out on the road,
It's interesting that the signage on the doors always says employees only, not cast members. I wonder when that change happened.
Children are not fooled by imitation. So, with the exception of Alice, while you're in costume, you must not talk. Shopping bags are easily dropped and broken. Should there be a mishap, leave the area and inform your supervisor.
It's such a weird way that they've set that shot over and over up. Like, the person drops the bag, the character sneaks away as if they've done something wrong, and the person on the ground kind of like slowly turns toward them. It's very weird.
Patience is the key word in being a Disney.
Yep. Walrus got punched and I missed it.
Important to remember is that to the children, these characters are real. The fact that there is
That to these children, these characters, that voice coming out of that kid, I mean, obviously it wasn't, but it was, oh, geez, this is going on far too long.
A very merry birthday! A very merry birthday!
It's your job to bring the White Rabbit, the Walrus, and Alice in Wonderland to life, to give them energy, feeling,
And color.
and color.
Hey.
Couple your imagination
Ooh, that's fun.
with your good judgment, and always keep the safety of the children in mind. The Disney
Ooh, oh my goodness.
Division presents this
Foulfellow looks similar, but Gideon looks completely different.
Fellow or Gideon will better understand the problem.
Pinocchio's gone through some revision too, obviously.
It's also our purpose to
But Gideon looks like a completely different character.
and the possibilities for animation and movement within the limits of the costume.
If you have never seen a show called Obsessive Pop Culture Disorder, which is on YouTube, it's Daniel O'Brien. He does a breakdown of Pinocchio that is hilarious.
Pinocchio proved himself to be brave, truthful, and unselfish.
I'll put a link in the description because it's worth checking out. It's very funny.
Pinocchio became a real live boy, and Geppetto's wish for a son at last was granted. A twirling cane,
Where you can smack kids as you twirl it because you can't see them.
or hang it up.
It is so weird that they keep showing them walking into the dressing area barefoot, because from my experience, you would step on a T-pin very, very quickly and be in agony.
Fooled by imitation. Disney characters generally attract large crowds of youngsters.
Don't touch my nose. Don't touch my nose.
Always keep the safety of these children in mind.
Disney would be nowhere without the Jazz Square. God, there's a lot of these. Far more than I thought. He looks like he's gonna fall over at any minute.
Practical is the wisest of the three little pigs, and very
And perpetually looks like he's pissed.
at a special event,
I don't know what parade that was.
department store, or out on the road. Disney characters always
Yeah, the pigs have been redesigned quite a bit.
people eager for autographs, pictures.
It's very visible in the hat, so the height range has changed too.
It's best to avoid smaller aisles.
Just scoot, 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 because don't turn sideways because your ears will take out half of the displays.
Heads will impair your vision, and a quick
That
turn
head is so scary looking. Just
It's also wise to avoid handling objects of value. Cameras,
I have to lift up most of my head to move my arms fully.
bags are too easily dropped and broken. Should there be a mishap, leave the area and inform your supervisor immediately. The fact that there is a person in the costume should never be revealed.
Big Bad Wolf just kicked that kid.
limiting in some respects, try to move as naturally as possible.
Oh, Chippendale. I hated this version of these characters.
And presents this character training tape.
They're so much cuter now. They're so much cuter now.
Chip or Dale will better understand the problems you might encounter. It's also
They're also huge, as I recall. They're like Goofy height.
and the possibilities for animation and movement within the limits of the costume. With their hilarious methods of mischief, these two little chipmunks have won the hearts of millions of children all over the world.
Full exposed ankle.
Whether
Full exposed ankle in the Disney character training video. Jeez.
in a department store, remember you're working with a very young, unpredictable audience. Children are sometimes hard to understand and may give you an extra affectionate pat on the back or even a playful punch.
It's weird, but maybe it's from being in costume for so long, but in every single one of these videos, I can tell which kid is the kid that's going to hit you. Oh, bring it home, guys. Cute. Oh my God.
As a Disney character is to become
That is a terrifying plush animal.
to life, to give them energy, feeling, and color. Couple your imagination with your good judgment, and always keep the safety of the children in
The
mind.
children.
Remember, while you're in costume, the reputation of Walt Disney's Chip and Dale depends on you.
Peter Pan unit.
The Disneyland Walt Disney World Entertainment Division presents this character training tape so that you who are
Wow.
portraying the characters of Peter Pan
Hook has been completely redesigned.
will better understand the problems you might encounter.
The head is
It's also
humongous.
our purpose to acquaint you with the personality of the character and the possibilities for animation
Whoa. Smee.
and movement within the limits of the costume. Of course, the best way to get to know
I feel like the
these
Peter Pan
different
costume is much
characters
lighter
to see
now,
them
too,
in their natural
color-wise.
surround. His eyes always twinkle, and an impish grin lights up his face.
Interesting that
Pan rarely
he
walks,
seems to have his own hair,
leaps and
too.
flies from place to place. He's the hero of young boys everywhere. Since Peter Pan,
Oh, jeez.
Captain Hook is destined to chase after him forever. Whether you're playing a Disney character in the park, at a special event, in a
Showing him with a jacket on was weird.
or out on the road,
I never did anything in this unit, so I have nothing to really talk about. I was always a bit broad for Hook.
broken. Should there be a mishap, leave the area and inform your supervisor immediately. Your goal as a Disney character.
I love how they had to have like a physical, tangible thing for each character, and it just kind of kept devolving. It was like, oh, de-evolving, devolving.
Feeling and
Like,
color.
oh, it's a stuffed animal. Oh, it's a puppet. I got a book.
With your good judgment. And always keep the safety of the children in mind. The reputations of Captain Hook, Mr. Smee, and Peter Pan depend on you.
I think that's the end. Yep. All right, well, let's talk about it. So that was the character training videos. It seemed like that was from the early to mid 70s to me, and it was definitely Disneyland throughout. There was no Disney World footage in there at all. It was not as entertaining as I thought it might be because it was very repetitive. I didn't think they were going to do these exact same beats in each video as far as like, now we're in a store, now we're doing a little dance number, now we're talking about this. And so for the units that I didn't ever do, I didn't have much to talk about. But it was interesting to see, and I'm shocked that Disney has allowed these to stay online. Because, I mean, showing people out of costume, character costume pieces, just, on tables and things is pretty crazy for character integrity. But it was really interesting, and I really do appreciate the recommendation to check these out, because it was, I had not seen these since I went through Traditions in 1992, so I haven't seen, I don't know that these were the ones that I watched. Some of them did seem kind of familiar, but they probably had newer ones at some point. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to check out, and interesting to see the evolution of the costumes, especially. A lot of them have changed considerably since this video was made. Hopefully I'll be watching Muppet Treasure Island, which was requested quite a bit in the comments. I've never seen it, so I'm excited to check it out, and I love Tim Curry, and I love the Muppets. And until then, see you real soon. Bye.